Last debate, you were both asked about the situation in the Syrian city of Aleppo.
We spoke on Monday when you were announcing some extended hours for people in the Providence DHS field office. What has changed since Monday? Has anything changed?
Just continuing to work. So we are extending the hours 2 nights a week to be open until 6:30. And also we had our vendor, Deloitte, give us more managers. That's already started. So already, we talked to them over the weekend. They've already have more people on the job in Rhode Island at no additional cost. So, we're starting to see, the name of the game here is reacting quickly and resolving quickly. So with more people focused on it, we are able to fix problems quicker. That was the real thing. That's why I was so focused on having more people from the vendor, because they can fix the software, which then allows our employees to get back to work.
Right now, backlog of about 7,000 cases. What does that number tell you about how the system is doing?
What does it tell me? It tells me that the system, by and large, is working. The vast majority of people have been getting their benefits. It's hundreds of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of claims and eligibility adjustments have been happening seamlessly. The great news, by the way, is almost 15% of people are doing eligibility at home online. Before that could never happen. But it also tells me if you're one of the thousands who aren't having a good experience, that's a lot of people. And that's a lot of people who are in a vulnerable place in life, and we got to do more to help them.
What more should you be doing?
I think there's a few things. Number one is we have to be really compassionate in our response. I spent some time on Friday. I decided I made kind of an unannounced visit, just went down there and spent some time myself in this field office. And it stinks to be in that waiting room. I talked to a lot of people, a lot of women, lots of moms. They shouldn't have to be sitting there for 3 hours to get what is theirs. And they're scared, they're frustrated, they don't understand what's happening, they don't know why this has to be the case. So the first thing is let's be kind and patient and compassionate. The second thing is, I'm pushing the team as hard as I can possibly push them. Work more, work faster. Deloitte, I was on the phone with them over the weekend. We need more. This isn't working. We can't stop until it is working.
Have you been too easy on Deloitte through this launch?
No, we've been pushing them constantly. This is a system I inherited, obviously. This has been in the process for years. And since I've been governor, I've been all over Deloitte. They respond. Every time I've called them and said, we need more, we need faster, we need better, to their credit, they have stepped up. But they have to keep doing that, and it isn't a good thing that I have to keep asking for that.
Are you satisfied with how Secretary Roberts and Director DePena have overseen this project?
Overall, yes. Having said that, there have been mistakes. I've talked to them about that. They've had some lessons learned.
What mistakes?
I think we could have communicated a lot better. We had an initial communication, and then we didn't do enough communication. Here's what you can expect. These are potential issues that might happen. This is what you should do if you see those issues. I think that, the fact that I had to intervene and get more Deloitte folks in there, maybe that could have been done a week ago.
A lot of Rhode Islanders who've commented on reports that we've done have said somebody needs to be held accountable, and to them accountability means somebody loses their job. Mm-hmm. Is anybody going to lose their job over this?
Not at this point. Not at this point. I'm monitoring it, and if we continue to improve performance and respond, then no. And that wouldn't help. Like, right now what we need to do is make sure the team's working and focused and fixing the issues. Listen, if 100 people out of 100,000 had a problem, that's a problem, no doubt about it. And these are people who can least afford it. But overall, if you just look at the facts, the vast majority of people interacting with this system have had no problems. We are processing hundreds of thousands of eligibility claims and benefits, no problems.
A lot of Rhode Islanders, a lot of lawmakers would disagree with your assessment that it's not a disaster. The lawmakers who are calling hearing have called this a totally botched rollout. From your perspective, it's not botched?
Well, I would say, like even in the Providence Journal, they reported 96% of folks with in that particular example have had a good experience. So just the facts are, it's just a fact. Like, the vast majority of people, the vast majority of claims we process, the vast majority of eligibility determinations have all happened, and they've happened seamlessly. So having said that, we're focused on the percentage of people for whom there's a problem, and those are real lives. So there's been problems, no doubt about it. But what I was trying to say is you've seen a lot of IT implementations in the federal government, in Massachusetts and Maryland, that have been botched. They haven't launched the system, or they've launched the system and half of the people have had a bad experience. We're not even close to that.
So it's not fair to call it botched here in Rhode Island?
I think, I'm not going to quibble over the precise word. I mean, it's up, it's working. But it isn't perfect. It's by far not perfect.
No question, the letters from FNS to DHS warning that the system is not ready to launch, and in fact that Rhode Island would proceed at its own risk by launching. They're going to come up during the hearing tomorrow. Now that you've had some time to reflect, do you still stand by what you've said, that it's okay that you didn't see those letters, or would you have liked to see those letters?
Probably it would have been good if I had had the opportunity, but the team has been very good about keeping me apprised, and I'm not sure it would have made a difference. These things are judgment calls. As I said, a couple things. One, there's no such thing as a perfect IT rollout. We always knew there were going to be challenges. I think we could have done a better job of broadcasting that, saying, like, this is what success looks like. Success isn't perfection. And so that's on us next time we do this, to communicate better and let people know what to expect. I think for me, the real focus now is correcting issues as they arise quickly. Perfect example: woman, single mother, 2 kids, lost her job 6 weeks ago. It's getting unemployment insurance. I was meeting her in conjunction with the job training program, and I said, "How you doing otherwise? What's going on?" And she said, "Well, Governor, I didn't want to bring this up, but I'm trying to get food stamps, and I'm having trouble getting through to the office." I took down her name and her number and her email. I called Director DePena, and we're going to get that fixed.
A lot of people aren't going to be as lucky as this woman to run into you and get their case expedited. For the other people who are stuck waiting, or get to an office that says we can't take any more people today because we've already reached our max at 10:30, what are they supposed to do in the meantime?
I'm hopeful that keeping the office open later will allow us to get to some of those people more quickly.
Why did you decide to only extend office hours for clients in the Providence office? We were at the Woonsocket office yesterday. There was a huge line there. They could use extra hours too, it seems.
And we may have to do that. Again, it's a constant judgment call, a balance of resources. I'm trying to stay within our budget.
Speaking of that, $1.8 million in the budget for overtime for DHS. How fast are we going to go through that money?
That's a better question for the director. We have to manage the budget. We have to manage the whole budget to come in on budget.
November 1st is going to be a big test.
Yes.
What are you expecting when those November 1st benefits deposits need to be made and open enrollment begins?
We're planning for that right now, hoping to have a smoother November 1st than we've had October. But I'll tell you right now, it won't be perfect. You know, I can almost guarantee you that we will have some glitches. I want to minimize them as much as possible, and I think we'll be able to do that because we have a month of experience under our belt.